Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachawadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Knows in his gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a this is a lesson through the spirit. Now, I'm warning you brothers now, this may be a cringe. Because I want to say the first 5 minutes of this video was pretty much on point, but they go way off. All right, they get to talking about Antichrist. They get to talking about the rapture. They get to talking about the 7-year tribulation period and all this other madness, man, which is clearly not biblical, which shows you the Christians' tainted perception of the scriptures. Because they don't have true understanding of the scriptures, because the Lord have not imparted to their understanding. Okay, the scriptures say if our gospel be hidden, it is hidden to them that are lost. And who roughly paraphrasing it, the God of this world has blinded the minds of these people that claim to be Christians. But the first couple of minutes of it is pretty good, because you're gonna get the concept. They're talking about a cashless society, a digital society. All right, and we've been speaking on this mark, which they actually got that part right for the most part, which makes me question you Israelites out there and your ability or your, how can I say it, your qualifications of teaching the scriptures, because the scriptures say that, hey, eat the whole world, understanding what you read, understanding what you speak about, giving the proper breakdowns. So when you got Israelite camp saying that the mark of the beast is nothing but an embargo or sin or Christianity or sleeping with white women, but the fact that these Christians have no understanding of the scriptures, but they understand that it's going to be a physical mark that's going to be put in your right hand or your forehead, then that makes me to believe that the Lord is not dealing with you other Israelite camps. And I say that because I feel like it's more of a deliberate off breakdown of the scripture, if that make any sense. I believe that they're deliberately going off on that breakdown because, let's be honest, most of the camps out there, they got 95% of they got 95% of it right. But when it comes to these particular differences, these small differences, which this is a major difference because this is going to determine whether you get delivered from this society when it's destroyed or not. So these groups that's teaching that the mark of the beast is sin and an embargo and land with white women and all this other nonsense, then that makes me believe that these groups sold out. Okay, so I'm gonna play a couple of minutes of the video. Hey, I warn you now, okay, it's gonna get a little cringy, but we're gonna try to stop it before it gets that far, because this is a 44-minute video and we're not gonna play half this video. We're gonna play maybe like the first couple of minutes, because as the video goes, it gets progressively worse and worse. But they still hit some things on the head, which we have a term, chew the meat and spit out the bones. It's like buffalo fish. I believe buffalo fish is lawful, but it has a lot of bones in it. You got to spit that shit out. All right, so without further delay, here we go.
I'd like to withdraw some cash, please.
Unfortunately, that won't be possible today, sir.
Why not? It's my money.
You are no longer permitted to withdraw cash since you signed up to a digital wallet. However, you can make any purchase you wish via your card or any other form of digital payment.
Well,
see, so they got it right there. They know to some form of fashion there's going to be a digital society. This is why you have all these bank runs. I know one of the elders did a video yesterday on one of the banks. I don't know if it's the banking. I got to go back through my timeline and get it. I don't want to botch it, but I'm going to try to find it real quick, because I was just kind of skimming through the timeline in the feed, and I saw that he went into it. Okay, cool. Bank of Canada. Brace yourselves for a financial crash. And they call Canada basically baby America. It's basically what they consider our neighbor to the north. So if it's going to hit Canada, which Canada is a member, I believe Canada is a member of NATO, if I'm not mistaken, then shit, how long before how long it before it hit Babylon the Great? And on top of that, I was looking at this assassination of the Hamas top political leader is killed in Iran in a strike that risks triggering all-out regional war. So they're talking about a civil war, possibly in Hezbollah or Israel or among Hezbollah. You know, so shit is getting ready to escalate. It says risking escalated into all-out regional war. Iran's supreme leader vowed revenge against Israel. So it's getting ready to be a civil war, man. All right. So all these prophecies are definitely coming to pass. But let me fact check something real quick. It's part of NATO. Yep, that's what I thought. Canada has been a founding member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization since establishment in 1949. Okay, so we on point with that. Sometimes I get it mixed up between the EU and NATO because they're one and the same, but they're different. But they're still one and the same, if you ask me, in my humble opinion. All right, so anyway, let's go back here.
I'd like to have some cash, please, so give me my money.
That's not possible, sir. Security?
That'll be $140 today.
There you go.
I'm sorry, sir, we don't accept cash.
That's all I have, so here you are.
I'm sorry, we can only take payment through your card or any digital payment.
Well, what do you expect me to do? This is legal tender. How can you not accept cash when it's all I have?
I'm afraid you're going to have to leave, sir. Security?
Well, I can see.
And it's going to get chaotic, man, because those bank runs and those bank crashes, like you had Silicon Valley Bank, people was out there getting ready to fuck shit up because they want their money. And that's one thing that's going to get these people on edge is their money and their food, man. All right? Elections and shit like that, yeah, I mean, that could spark off civil war, as it's pretty likely to. But overall, these people, you can rock them back to sleep. Okay? Americans are that stupid that you could just gaslight them and give them a couple of swelling words, man, and be impressionable upon them, just like this Kamala demon is on you Israelites. She sent Megan Thee Stallion and did a fake accent, and now you niggas, But she gonna have a hard time winning the predominantly Jake male vote, because Jake ain't dealing with Kamala, man. And main reason is because they're tired of these damn women. But anyway, going back to the point, they could just gaslight you Americans, man, and that's what it is. They'll rock you back to sleep. You know, they end up putting DJ in there, even though DJ have plans to fulfill the elite banker's orders to set up a new world order. He's gonna continue to gaslight you until you finally wake up, and before you know, you wake up. Before you know, you're gonna be in a full-fledged economic collapse. You ain't gonna be able to get your money out the banks. Grocery stores are gonna be looted because inflation. I'm gonna tell you like this: when inflation kick in, mass or hyperinflation kick in, ain't nobody gonna start pay for no fucking groceries, man. People gonna run and take that shit out of there. So they gonna have to have police, security, okay, SWAT, whatever particular police, whatever particular police force they gonna have to deploy to these particular local grocery stores, because people ain't gonna be paying for no goddamn groceries. All right, I'll be damned if I pay for a carton of eggs. That shit $300. You crazy? People gonna take that shit and run out. So it's gonna get real chaotic once people can't use their money. And we're coming into these times, man. Okay, as pretty much BRICS, they pretty much rid America out the picture. They're not dealing with them anymore. The Saudis, they're pretty much done with America. So it's downhill from here. Like I was looking at a video yesterday that was put out by NBC, and they was going into how blacks, Hispanics, and Asians, and even Native Americans are discriminated against when it comes to auto loans, man. How they're 10 times more likely to be denied for car loans than any other nation, mainly Edomites. And then also they went into the auto industry, and they basically stated that since 2013 up until this day, the auto industry, as far as the mechanic industries and the repairs, have increased 49% since 2013. And they said that number is set to increase. I just had some repairs done on a car, and the shit wasn't cheap. And guess what? It still ain't fixed the fucking problem. So the motherfucker's back in the shop. So you see how people can get ignited off that stuff, man. It's all mental skullduggery, so to speak. All right.
Hear that you have great experience, and we really think you can add something to the company.
Thank you. I'm really eager for the opportunity to work at an organization like this.
Yes, well, we'd really like to get you on board. So let's sort out a few HR issues. Can you just fill out this form? We need your digital ID number here, your digital wallet number here, and a few more details here.
And that shit is so, bro, that's scripture, because the scripture say you ain't gonna be able to buy or sell save you had the mark. Now, the apostles all down always mention that you ain't gonna be able to work, you ain't gonna be on a vehicle, because everything is gonna go over to these digital systems. The first concept of digital payments for work is direct deposit, because remember, every other Friday you go to the office, Salakia, man. Tired. But the managers or the supervisor that pass out paper checks. I remember when I was working my first summer job when I was in high school, my sophomore and junior year, I used to work for like a summer program, and my junior year, I worked for like an after-school tech program. So my summer job, I was like what they call a teacher's aide. So I go to the school and I just kind of just sit in the classroom and I run errands and stuff like that for the teachers and make sure everything is cool. And I used to get paid like every 2 weeks. So I would have to physically go up to the school to pick up my paycheck. Now, they had direct deposit back in the day. This was back in 2002. So they still had direct deposit, but predominantly people went in and they picked up their paper checks, And even today, they can cut you a paper check, but preferably they want you to do direct deposit because they say it eliminates paperwork and it's more convenient. But overall, it's to mentally or psychologically dupe you into convenience. And that's what this system is going to bring, convenience. So as you see in the video here, basically she said, let's sign you up for the program. Put your digital ID here, X, Y, and Z, because, hey, with your apartments, they going to switch over to this system. Okay, you can have an apartment that was built in 1963. It's not about how old the apartment building is, but it's about the updating their systems. Like right now, you got the ability to pay your rent online. They got a flex rent payment that you can pay your rent online. You can pay this here, you can pay that there. They have these things, man. So that's all getting you in a mindset of accepting the mark. So I don't know how these other camps can't see it, which I think they're not trying to see it. I think this is a deliberate attempt to deceive the people because I believe these guys took the bag. But Christians are breaking this shit down, man. And you could tell this was put together by a bunch of Christians because when they show the Messiah, he's a white man. And the followers and the angels, they're all fucking Edomites, man.
I don't have a digital ID or wallet. Can I just put my normal bank details?
Sorry, we'll need your digital ID for us to offer you the position officially.
But I don't want to have a digital wallet. I've got a normal bank account.
Then I'm sorry, we can't offer you the job.
The following is a biblical perspective on world events. Something is going on in the banking sector. Let's take a look.
And this is when that shit get cringy.
Cash will soon be obsolete. Will America be ready?
No.
To keep their money relevant, many central banks are experimenting with digital versions of their currencies. These currencies are virtual, like Bitcoin. But unlike Bitcoin, which is a private enterprise, they are issued by the state and function much like traditional currencies. China, Japan, and Sweden have begun trials of central bank digital currency. The Bank of England and the European Central Bank are preparing their own trials. The Bahamas has already rolled out the world's first official digital currency. Charted, America's shift to a cashless society. While no country today has fully reached the concept, there are some
pay attention. See, and this is the beauty of it. Now, you have what they call a social credit score that they're already implemented in China. So based on your behaviors and if you comply with government orders, then you have a high social credit score. But if you're not complying or to mandated government orders, then your social credit score is going to be rather than below. You won't be able to ride the trains or the streetcars or vehicles, bikes, because they got the digital bikes now. Like sometimes for my gig, like when we do our little outreach, sometimes I hop on the electric bike. But in order to use the bike, you got to use an app and you got to scan it like a kiosk. It's like a code on there. You got to scan it with your phone, and it will unlock the bike. You see? So
Charted,
keep this, right?
America's shift to a cashless society. While no country...
All right, peep this. How do Americans pay for things? And now this is the reason why we gave you the concept of a credit card, debit cards. People use debit and credit cards because it's more convenient. Okay, they've scared people enough to the point that using cash, you know, what they would consider robberies or muggings, people are afraid of having lots of money on them because, you know, people will rob you. So therefore they use their debit and credit card. And it's gotten so convenient now to the point you could pay for shit online. And this is how people do online retail. Because back in the day, if you wanted to shop online, I mean, you had like particular vouchers and you had credit cards and stuff like that you can do it. But online shopping didn't come real popular until the fully implementation of these debit cards, man. Okay, so when you pay attention, 31% of people shop online with debit. Only 10% of people use cash. 13% electronic transfer. 29%, which is debit, my bad, and 31% is a credit card. So there you go, man. People are already in the mindset of accepting an MOTB.
Today has fully reached the concept. There are some, like China and South Korea, that have seen widespread adoption of mobile payment platforms and digital wallets. Now, remember that Revelation 13, verse 17 says, "And that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." When the Antichrist...
See, and this is when the shit gets stupid, because there ain't no such thing as the Antichrist. Because if that's the case, then what the hell is he? Is he Donald Trump? Is he Kamala Harris? Realistically, all those individuals are considered Antichrist, but it's no religious leader that say, oh, this is the Antichrist. And then they botch it by going into the book of Daniel 9, which the book of Daniel 9, they don't understand that. That's history, man. All right, but anyway, that's it on that. So get a couple of precepts and we'll end it. I think the point is being made, but this to show you how Christians got it right, but you Israelites, you ain't got it right. So this is the book of Isaiah 42, and I'm gonna start at verses Yep, let's start at 9. It says, "Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them." Right, and the new things is talking about the prophecies, man. This was prophesied all the way, up to 2,000 years ago, and even before then, because the Lord said that the prophets, he gave the prophets before the foundations of the world, from the beginning. So even though this is considered a 2,000-year-old prophecy, it was still in the Lord's plan even before the world began, because we know that everything is predestined. Now, you had prophets that didn't speak on it because it was given to a certain prophet, but the scriptures hinted around that it was going to be a time of trouble, okay, and chaos and anarchy. Because like I said, once they start doing bank runs on Bank of America and Chase or JP Morgan, which is the parent of Chase, then people are going to really start to feel the fire. Then these smaller banks like Central Bank, and then you got what they called Commerce Bank, PNC, TFC Bank, all these smaller banks, and then your credit unions like Community America, these little smaller credit unions, and they're going to begin to get hit. And that's when people are going to be locked in like, oh, shit, this is real. So what's going to be you Israelites' response when this is the deal? When you have to get that MOTB, because you're going to need it to drive your vehicle. Because, hey, through state agencies and through the Department of Services, they're going to have to update the database. Okay, you're not going to be able to get your vehicles tagged or updated. Therefore, you can't drive unless you got the mark. The only thing they're doing is switching the system. That's it. So you go to the DMV, they're going to say, well, look, we need your digital ID. And you're going to have to scan your hand. And bam, if you ain't got that chip, then you can't get your tags updated. Therefore, they could come and take your car. Okay, eventually they're going to squeeze us out. They're going to weed us out. It's like, and I hate to use this analogy, okay, but according to the elites, we ain't nothing but sheep and goyim and roaches anyway. So it's just like, if you have a pest problem and you want to eliminate the pests from the residents, you smoke them out. And this is what he's going to try to do to the men of the Lord, man. He's going to try to smoke us out because they're going to put the squeeze on us. Eventually, we ain't going to be able to hold a job. Eventually, we ain't going to be able to have an apartment. Like Apostle Tara say, some of us going to be homeless, man. Some of us going to get put in FEMA camps. Some of us going to be on the run. Some of us going to be in bunkers. And, you know, the Lord going to raise some of us up to push this fucking devil back too. Okay, so there's an equal balance and perfection that the Most High is going to ordain for this time, okay? But it says here, behold, the former things have come to pass, and new things I do declare. They spring forth, I tell you of them, because Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, they're the ultimate prophet. Okay? It says, sing unto the Lord a new song, and praise his praise from the end of the earth that go down to the sea, and all that there is in. It says, all that, and all that is therein, the isles and the inhabitants thereof. Okay? And the new song is this truth, according to Revelation, the 15th chapter. So you Israelites out there, man, that's playing games with the words of the Heavenly Father, hey, you're going to be in for the rude awakening, man. Because there's going to come a time that you're going to seek the true answers and the true men of the Lord, and you're not going to be able to find it. Because as the Lord told Ezekiel that he was going to put he was going to have our tongues to cleave to the roof of thy mouth. And also he said in Ezekiel that he was going to lock us inside, meaning he was going to put us up for a time. All right, so this is the book of Ezekiel 7, and I'm going to start at verses 26. It says, mischief should come upon mischief, rumor should be upon rumor. Okay, wars, rumors of wars, and soon to be civil war, because they're calling for a civil war within 6 months. But we know that this selection is right around the corner. What is it? Technically, it's August, so I could say September, November, December. September, October, November. We roughly August, September, October, November. We roughly 3 full months away from the selection, which is 90 days. Okay, you got 31 months and 31 days in August. You got 30 days in September, 31 days in October, and then give or take, I think the elections is November 5th or some shit, the 4th. I don't know. Shit, I ain't voted in over 13 years, so I can't remember. I don't care for it, but regardless, you know. So this thing is getting ready to go down. And it says that they should seek a vision of the prophet, but the law should perish from the priest and counsel from the ancients. Okay, so they don't come around when things happen. Oh, you GMS guy, y'all had it right. Yeah, we know we had it right. Apostles kept telling you that they've had it right, that we've had it right. So there's no excuse, man. Okay, a lot of people is going to take this chip, and when time comes, people are going to be scrambling, man. They're going to be to and fro. Because now Jake is getting scared. Habakkuk 2, and I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, and I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it, man. And the vision is plain. All right. It's no getting around this shit. If you can't see that this is getting ready to be an immediate prophecy, we can see this damn thing implemented. I'll put it to you this way. If hell break loose by the time of the selections, we can see this shit implemented by the end of the year. Okay. But just my personal opinion, I believe we're going to start seeing the implementation of this thing starting 2025. At least the beginning of 2025, mid 25. But I this thing is going to be here quick. And it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. Now, when you go into the word appointed, it goes into a designated time, a particular time, specifically. And it reads, for an appointed time, but the end shall speak and not lie. And this video just proved everything we've been saying. And the cold part about it is that they use the AI to make it make sense. Now, if a brother is talented enough, I'll challenge you to make an AI with Jake characters with a similar narrative, but with Jake showing the chipping process and brothers getting thrown in finger. Hey, that'd be a dope thing, man. If a brother is good enough with that AI shit. Me, I don't really know how it works. I think you got to pay for it, but I want to get into it, the little AI shit, because I mean, that's the hot industry now. Honestly, you can make some decent money dealing with AI and working from home, so it wouldn't be a bad idea. But if a brother can put a illustration together like this, bringing these scriptures out and showing how shit will be, that'd be dope, man. That's a challenge, and you brother want to take it upon. Hell, I may learn it and do it myself. But it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you are edified until the next lesson.